Good morning, everyone. I'd like to share with you today a local geography experience of Avoca Beach. I've been coming here for many decades, which we'll find out about a bit later on. But in particular, I've realised that I've seen a lot of change here happening over the years. Firstly, from the point of view of the changing human geography of the area, the houses that have been built, the units that have been built and knocked down and replaced, and the different types of economic activities that have been in the area. When I first came here, if you were on the beach at 6 o'clock and wanted to buy some dinner, you'd have to walk 5k's to Kincumber Hotel to go and get a feed. It's very different today. The other side of this area here I'd like to talk about is the actual changing coastal processes that are here, in particular the sand sediment, beach sediment aspect of geography that's here. There's one side of it that's worth considering. Avoca has a lagoon behind it, which we'll look at as well, and it is impacted by storm events and rain events with runoff coming down from the surrounding valleys. So there's water that comes from the land to the sea that has an impact, often opening up the lake entrance to the beach between Avoca North and Avoca South. The other thing that's really been more prevalent in recent years is they've made a lot of effort and investment to protect the foreshore at South Avoca, near the point where I'm sitting at the moment. 5 years ago they had sandbanks protecting the Surf Life Saving Club, and now they have built a series of basically rock walls to protect the beach. And you'll see a bit later on where these rock walls have rails with steps down to the sand, actually buried in the sand to accommodate for sand being removed from the beach. So I hope you enjoy this little exploration of the different aspects of the local geography of Avoca Beach. Enjoy. Good morning. I first walked down this lane in first year university at Avoca Beach. I've just started university geography, and little did I know, many decades later, I would still be walking down this lane, and while I've been doing this, I've noticed the local geography change immensely over the decades. From the point of view of beach erosion's the most obvious thing I've seen, but also the development that's occurred. So it's quite early in the morning here now, and you can see firstly the different beachfront houses. This particular area here is right on the edge of one of the 100-year flood zone. Over in the distance there, we'll go to now, is where the coastal management's been carried out when there's been big storm surges. So let's head over there and have a closer look before too many people are on the beach. Firstly, in terms of coastal zone management, in the last 5 years, a lot of work has been done here. You can see where they've built up the land-sea interface with sandstone rocks and sandstone blocks. You can see here how high up they've built up the sand, with the rails going further down into the sand to accommodate any beach erosion. And the next section I'll show you, but there's a lot of people there now, is where it used to be completely covered like this with sand, but it's not anymore because of recent storm surge events. You can see here what I mean here. That second vertical pole is covered with sand recently. And all the way down to here, these rocks have been put here to protect the surf club that I just passed. Five years ago, this whole area was sandbagged to keep the waves off it, and that's why they built this. So it's protected the area and can completely revitalise the livability of the area.
They use them for catching rats because they're so smart. They can run through those.
So this break wall here is quite interesting, because if you can imagine this road here, it's actually got two huge stormwater drains right through the middle, came right through here, and just over the other side here it also manages the runoff from the hills behind the Avoca Beach. And you can see over here where these fence-like structures are, there are two big storm drains that allow water to go out. So you've actually got a two-way management of water here. And you can see here, I'll fall over. The drains come out just here. I've just walked down in the rocks now to the rock pool, and just here on my left you can see the two drains I was talking about. So that's managing water from the runoff towards the beach, and then the wall itself is protecting the properties from the beach. And these are the changes that I've observed happening over the past few decades, and I've got photos and it's really interesting to look at them over time. Though not as dramatic, but no less important, this is the Lagoon area separating North Avoca and South Avoca beaches. And you can see here where the sand can get completely wiped away after storm events, particularly from runoff that fills up the lake. So coming early in the morning it's fine, but there's usually dozens of dogs and people and kids being here. As I come around here, you will see that this is the 1 in 100 year flood zone, which goes way back past those apartments up there. But in comparison to what's happening, say, at the beach like I showed you before, here's the stormwater drain here to manage the runoff from the land here. A totally different experience and a totally different use of the land. No less important, so I expect in years to come a lot more work to be happening here.